Today we're going to talk about adding and subtracting complex fractions. First thing that we want to look at when we have a double fraction is what that smaller fraction's least common denominator is going to be. So we want to find the LCD, which ends up happening to just be A. So I'm going to rewrite this problem as A minus 1 over A minus A over A plus 1 over A. And I'm going to multiply it all by A over A. I want to do that because I'll show you in a second. When I distribute, that's going to eliminate my fraction. So I'm going to distribute. I'll just use purple to distribute here, and I get A squared. And if I distribute to the other one, I also end up with an A squared. On the bottom, I'll distribute to these first two, and I'll get A squared minus A over A. And then if I distribute to the other ones here, I'll end up with A squared plus A over A. And that line shouldn't be the whole way. I apologize. It should only be half there and there. Okay, because those still are two separate fractions. But now you know. Now you can see why I multiplied by that is because what is A over A? 1. So now this, I can actually rewrite this whole entire thing as A squared over A squared minus 1 minus A squared over A squared plus 1. So far, what have I done? I found the least common denominator of the smallest fraction, multiplied that by the top and the bottom in order to eliminate my first fraction. Once we get to this step, it's a normal type of problem like we've been solving. We again want to find an LCD. So in this case, my LCD is A squared minus 1 and A squared plus 1. So now I have A squared over A squared minus 1 minus A squared over A squared plus 1. And I want to multiply each side by what I'm missing. So A squared plus 1, A squared plus 1, and A squared minus 1, and A squared minus 1. All right, I'm going to just go up here for a second. This will make it so I have A squared plus 1 times A squared minus A squared times A squared minus 1. Hey, make sure you're following along with me. Over A squared plus 1, and then A squared minus 1. Okay, this is the last thing we're doing today. So now I've got them both over one fraction. So I'm going to distribute here. I'll get A to the fourth plus A squared. And then I'll also distribute my negative A squared to get negative A to the fourth plus A squared over A squared plus 1 and A squared minus 1. A to the fourth and a negative A to the fourth will cancel out. A squared and A squared give me 2A squared over A squared plus 1 and A squared minus 1. A squareds, I can't cancel any of them out because some of them are attached to another number, like the 1 plus or minus the 1. So that is my final answer.